Welcome back, everybody. This is Primetime Action Sports, an eventful Halloween, eventful Thanksgiving, but we're back here to get you because you know what's coming around the corner? The playoffs. This is the final push where people are clinching seeds in the real NFL and fantasy football. So let's just get right into it, Slater. How's everything going? It's been a couple months, or a month or so, but...
Yeah, things are going great. I mean, like always, obviously, no matter what it is in life, if people are going to have problems or whatever that is, but everyone keeps going, and that's what I'm doing, I'm just doing what everyone else does, so we're doing great, man.
Positivity.
Yeah, and you know what? I got the amount, I'm going to just say this, I got 7 times the amount of wins I had in fantasy football last year already. I only had 1 last year. But
he's at 7 now, sitting at the 4th seed.
No.
We'll see how it's going.
Yeah, seeding doesn't matter to me, I'm going for the win. So we're thinking we're number 1.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm number 1, so let's see how it goes. Going into playoffs against anyone's game.
For now, yeah.
Hawks River, here we go. We're going to get in for a tight race because there's only 2 weeks left in our league. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. Lots kind of happened over the last couple weeks. They finally benched Wilson for the Jets.
Yeah.
Long time coming.
On the right, taking the field. Oh dear.
They put in Boyle and he throws a pick 6 on Black Friday.
Yeah, Hail Mary, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Hail Mary.
We're here. Meanwhile, he just tries to get away from everybody, throws it into the end zone, into a lot of traffic, and there's a pick on the other side. And coming back from the end zone is Holland, and Holland is out to midfield, and Holland is inside the 40, and Holland is inside the 20. Can you believe this?
The Cowboys are red hot right now, along with Philly. The Chiefs are starting to heat up now too. It looks like they got a wide receiver in Rashee Rice. A lot of stuff the Chargers have been slumping, but let's just kind of go into what we're going to, and we're in week 14 right now, and let's just talk about, we're actually in week 13. Week 13, let's talk about the game we just saw on Thursday night. It was Seattle versus Dallas. Probably one of the better games we've seen on Thursday night this year.
Yeah. Fake to Pollard, protected well, fires, caught, touchdown, CeeDee Lamb. Smith fires over the middle. Great grab by Metcalf out in front, and he will go all the way for a touchdown. 73 yards.
Dak's looking really elite right now. CeeDee's on fire, but hey, Geno Smith and DK, they look like they're the playoff team that was there last year. What are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, it was very interesting to see, Dallas play a competitive game against, a team that's above 500, you'd say. But, the absence of Kenneth Walker, they had to rely more on throwing the ball with Geno Smith, and he got it done. DK Metcalf stepped up. Tyler Lockett, he did all right, but DK Metcalf, big game, a hat trick for him, 3 touchdowns.
We went into this game with only 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and then you see Dallas, just putting up points as they always do against a respectable Seattle team every year,
Yeah, so good defense, underrated.
Dallas looks great this year, but we'll see if they can keep it going against, the better teams. They're going to have the Eagles coming up, and I think they face the 49ers as well, too.
They already faced 49ers.
Oh, they got blown out, 42 points, I forgot. So it's interesting to see, Dak Prescott's playing hot, CD's playing hot.
Here we go.
Yeah, so... it was a good game. I'm glad points were put up, unfortunately if some were put up on me, but it's good for the fans.
Yeah, you kind of just got to think Dallas each and every year since we can remember, at least with even the Romo days, they had all these high expectations and they always underperform in the playoffs, and that's kind of been the narrative for Dak and the Dallas Cowboys, since he took charge his rookie year. But something about this year feels a little different. I know they've got the Eagles and 49ers. They're tier 1 in the NFC, but tier 2, I'm putting Dallas right there, probably along with the Lions, because you look at what Dallas can do. They're almost as complete as they've ever been. The defense is top notch. The quarterback's playing out Sim when they thought he was going to digress because Kellen Moore left. CeeDee Lamb, was Richardson said you're not a top wide receiver. He's been putting up numbers ever since, one of the best wide receivers in the league. And, everything's flowing. Ezekiel left. You think, they're going to rely more on power, which they do, but they're just flowing on all cylinders right now. Everyone's getting to touch the ball, so.
Yeah, they're looking good.
I'm taking...
defense, they're getting...
Yeah.
They have their games.
They let up 35
hit
points.
And miss. Yeah, they're hit and miss, but they got playmakers.
Do you see Dallas actually... Because they're going to play Philly next week. Do they? And it's in Philly it's in Dallas again this week. Do you think they have a legit chance to beat them as of right now?
100%.
Do you think they can beat them though?
Yeah,
Will they?
I think they can. You know,
Will
I
they?
mean, San Francisco, or not San Francisco,
Philly.
Philadelphia is going through a meat grinder right now of teams.
Yeah.
And they're playing great ball, but I mean, you saw it last week, overtime, and then you're going to see it this week against, who do they play this week? The Eagles?
They play 49ers.
Play the 49ers this
a
week.
big game.
It's the NFC Championship rematch, so, you know, it's going to be tough, you know. I mean, Philadelphia, as good as they play, you know, there is wear and tear in those games because you play your best, you know, in those games. You really give a lot out of it, so we'll see how they are physically going into that Dallas game. Dallas has a little bit easier of a path to that game against Philly, and they're playing their best ball right now too.
Yeah.
Same with Philadelphia. So it'll be an interesting game. I think it's going to be a lot closer than it was the first time, and I think we'll see Dallas with a much better chance to win. I could see Dallas winning this one.
I like it. We'll have to recap that soon, but I'm going to take Dallas too just because, like you said, Philly's going through a lot of tough games. They just played the Bills in OT. Now they're playing the 49ers. Then they're going to play Dallas again. It's like this is just a really tough schedule for them, but that's what proves, you know, a championship type of team.
That's
what they're doing right now, and they're getting the wins. You know, whether it's through Hurts, whether it's through defense, whether it's through the run game. You know, everything right now is just kind of clicking for them.
Yeah, well, it's the pros and cons of it. You know, you
Yeah.
play against the best, you're going to be the best. You know, that's
Yeah.
you have to be, in order to be the best, you have to compete against the best.
Totally.
You know?
No, I agree.
And then also it comes in, you know, the cons obviously is, you know, the wear and tear. You know, sometimes you're not always going to win those battles. You know, so we'll see.
Before we go to the next note, I'm going to ask you just quick questions, straight up. 5 weeks left. Who's the Super Bowl favorites?
The Eagles and the Chiefs.
Eagles,
100%.
Chiefs. Okay.
I think an argument can be made for San Francisco if they win this week.
Yeah.
And then same with Dallas if they beat Philly. But I think the favorites right now are definitely Philadelphia and Kansas City, and also in my eyes too. I think Philadelphia and Kansas City are the favorites.
You're not considering Baltimore at all?
I am considering Baltimore, but I think Kansas City's going to go back.
Kansas City's been there, done that. It's just a grind to get back to the Super Bowl, so we'll see if it's a rematch again. Okay, we're going to take a quick break.